All right. Setting up our pucks first. Center lane angle and 2 blue line angles. Get these out far enough where you can use them a little bit as visuals here. Okay. We can also use the blue lines as visuals and the phone as visuals too to have a broader, deeper visual attachment. Okay, first one. Starting on our middle angle. We're going to stay nice and low. We're going to get 3 to 4 shuffles all the way over. Bop, 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 bop. Nice and short and sweet. Get that pivot. Strong T push over. Make sure we pull that push foot right back in. So push, 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 push. Pivot. Boom. Stay narrow. Yeah? All right. 3 times each way. 3 times each way. Good. All right, Artem, your turn, dude. All right. Yep. Okay, stay on top of your crease. Stay on top of your crease. All right, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. See where you are? Where are you at? Look where you are. Okay, you're all the way out here. So now there's a reason why I put Ryan first. Where was Ryan? Where's all his markings? Right here. Yeah. Yeah. You all right? So let's try that same really good quick pushes over, but just on top of the crease. Try and stick on top of that crease as best you can, all right? Yep. Close. Good. All right. So one thing that's really important here, okay? One, here, you come here. Let me put this on you. I'm going to ask you a couple questions today. I want to see what your thoughts are on some things. Okay. So, scooch over here for me real quick. You scooch over here for me real quick. Okay. Couple things. When you shuffle over here, are you pushing, when you do the little shuffles, are you pushing using your heel, using your toe, or a little bit more of the whole blade?
The whole blade.
Whole blade. Good. So keep that in mind. So we're not really going to be on our toes, toes, toes. And I don't want to kick and use, I see a lot of foot going forward and using our heel on some goalies. Really important. I'm kind of use more of my whole entire foot. Boom, boom, boom. Push, 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 push. Okay. All the way through. When I'm doing all my other pushes, right, I'm going to, let's say, all right, get over my shuffle here and I turn. I'm going to do the T push. As I extend, I have all my blade on the ice first, but then I extend off of my big toe. Big toe, over, right through, okay? One thing you need to make sure that you are doing as well is as I push, the reason why I stay on top of this crease is if I just push to the side, I'm never going to be squared up to that puck. Okay, so next one, okay? Let's quiz you again here, Ryan. Next one we have is a double shuffle drop, okay? Really important, okay? First thing first, I want to turn and pivot on the angle that I want to get to, all right? So if I want to get over here, right, I want to turn so that way when I end up on the angle, I'm square to it. So turn first, pivot, push, push, all right? When you were taught a lateral release, lateral shuffle, drop, were you taught to get that push knee down first, then the other knee, or were you taught to slam both knees down?
Slam both knees down.
Great, awesome. The original way how I was taught quite a bit, it was controversial, is you would get that knee down a little bit quicker here, The only thing I don't like is then it could set your weight back on the back
Yeah,
leg.
it almost feels like you could drift a little more over.
Maybe it might drip, but also I could also get to this point where I'm here instead of here, and it takes my body off.
Also leaves more open in your legs.
Exactly. So then the obvious holes.
Yeah.
Okay. So next one, pivot, push, push, drop down, keep those hands up, eyes and hands. All right, right to that puck, right there. Drive that knee up. Full recovery push, whether it be a T push or a shuffle, all the way through. All right, dude, get in there. Good, solid. Okay, just to be a little nitpicky, right? We can talk a lot about details. We just have to make sure that how much weight we're putting into it. Okay. So, but this detail might be the difference between a goal or a save, right? A lot of times, I noticed in your transitions, you dropped your blocker ever so slightly, and I'm saying I'm being nitpicky here, ever so slightly, so the toe of your stick was often off the ice, right? So that's the difference of keeping it up here, right, as I'm going to go instead, and then being very disciplined on it. So that way it's always, because let's say I go to make a transition over the side, right, and my 5-hole gets exposed a little bit, right, and I drop my blocker, I have very little of that stick covering the ice. Where if I stay super disciplined with that stick all the time, keeping that stick blade flat, that's a difference of something weird going in or just covering all your bases, right? Or even if they see the toe of your stick up, they may be more advantageous to make that shot 5-hole, right? Or that stick's there, they don't see it, maybe they hold on the puck for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Yeah?
So less of a scoop, more of a lateral turn.
Um, so one thing we want to make sure that it's very important is we don't want to whip the hands around, because if I whip the hands around, they have to come back. And then that's going to there's going to be going against the grain that we want to go to. So as I'm going here, boom, here, right to that target, and then keep them there, boom. And then they just glue onto that target. So let's say I'm going blue line to blue line here, right? From far puck. I would get it all the way around here, boom. So that way, when I get to my destination, my hands are square. My hands are square. That means my shoulders should be square. My hips should follow knees and toes. You know, yeah. All right. So keep that in mind. All right. So what we're gonna work on: be on top of that crease. Stay on top of the crease. Don't get lost out here. Good strong drop. All right. You're gonna get up. Make sure you get up with your push leg. All right. All right. Let's see it. Nicely done, dude. Good job. Awesome. Much better. There we go. Look at that improvement in one session. All of it, honestly, dude, it's building your awareness, right? You're not aware of a lot of things yet. The more you learn, man, like, what is the one thing, the most detailed thing that you're aware of now because you developed the goalie IQ?
Probably reading where the puck's going.
Reading where the puck's going?
Yeah, like seeing where it's gonna go next, kind of like analyzing what the play is gonna happen.
Yeah.
So like, if there's like a guy coming down 2-on-1, I know when he's gonna pass and when he's not gonna pass.
Okay, so situational.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Because part of our goal or our job is reading where the shot's going, predicting where the shot's going, right? And we'll get to that a little bit, but part of it would be is what hand are they, on what side? There's a lot of things could change because of that. You know, it makes the passing shooting options a little bit different. So you start to learn these things, and your awareness and your spidey senses get, you know, triggered for a lot of things. All right, two more. Let's roll through these a little bit faster. We're going a little bit slow here. We're gonna go our pivot, butterfly, slide, full recovery push. Boom. Yep, butterfly, slide, full recovery. Yeah. So, and then when we're down in our butterfly and pushing, we call those our power legs. All right. What do you call them?
Like when I'm down at my butterfly pushing, half pushes, something like that. Just butterfly sides.
Butterfly slides.
Yeah.
Okay. I think PJ calls down in your butterfly slides. I don't know why, because he is also like he's a little bit older than me, and he grew up in an era when it was butterfly slides were called starting from your feet sliding down.
Coach, we have a question.
I got an answer.
So a lot of people, so NHL goaltenders go up, then go. Is that true?
Well, with their heel up, sort of. We'll get to that in a moment when we do those pushes, which is going to be next. All right. All right. Butterfly slide, full recovery push. Let's get 3 each way.
How many? 3?
3. Yeah. Solid. Good. Get in there. Good. I would say again, the glove sometimes gets a little tough.
I try to adjust that like
Yeah.
after my second one.
Nice. Yeah, back up, get on top of your crease. Yep, there we go. Okay. All right. All right. Getting that sliding knee down first. Good job. Okay. Let's get a couple post to post RVHs. Let's get a couple of these real quick, and then we'll move on here. All right.
How many each side? 3?
3 times each way. All right. Getting a good toe box lock in here. Leading with our toes to the post. Make sure that glove isn't getting smashed on your pad. Boom. Good. All right. Do your best.
And don't you love those no warm-ups?
What's that?
Don't you love them? No warm-ups? Can barely put the knee on put my foot on the post. Did better
That's all
than
right.
last time.
Last one. Okay, good. Awesome. All right, so to talk about that, our power legs, right? So when I go to push, I'm going to drive my knee up to my stomach. My heel is going to be off the ice a little bit, but I'm pressing down with my big toe. Not my tippy toes, but my big toe. All right? I don't want to push with my heel because it's going to push me forward. So as I go to power leg, right, I'm going to go over here because I'll be able to slide a little bit better. I'm going to drive my knee up to the stomach and then extend out all the way through. All right? Nice control. All right, guys, let's move on. Let's get some shots. Let's keep it nice and simple today.